Guardians of Order was a Canadian company founded in 1996 by Mark C.MacKinnon in Guelph, Ontario. The company's business output consisted of role-playing games. Their first game is the anime-inspired Big Eyes, Small Mouth. In 2006, Guardians of Order ceased operations due to overwhelming debt. The Big Eyes, Small Mouth game used the Tri-Stat system. The Tri-Stat system would later be modified for use in other games and be more generally named the Tri-Stat DX system. Most of Guardians of Order's game used some form of the Tri-Stat DX system. After Big Eyes, Small Mouth, Guardians of Order would go on to achieve significant success with the Sailor Moon role-playing game and resource book. The game was built on Big Eyes, Small Mouth but featured an extensive reference to the Sailor Moon universe. Guardians of Order acquired licenses and published Big Eyes, Small Mouth-based RPGs for a number of other anime series including Dominion, Demon City Shinjuku, and Tenchi Muyo. After El Hazard, the last such game, the company's strategy with licensed anime series changed and it began issuing Ultimate Fan Guides, which served the same purpose while avoiding the need to reprint the same BESM-based mechanics. All of these books included game statistics for characters in the series as well as extensive episode guides and character summaries. Guardians of Order expanded beyond anime-based games when the Tri-Stat DX system was adopted for the superhero game Silver Age Sentinels. Guardians of Order later acquired the rights to publish the Amber Diceless role-playing game from Phage Press. Guardians of Order licensed the rights to produce role-playing games set in existing fictional works. These include games based on The Authority, Teumel, and A Song of Ice and Fire. Between February 14, 2006 and August 1, 2006 there were no official updates to the Guardians of Order website. There was speculation on the official forums that the company was out of business. On July 28, 2006, a post to George R.R. Martin's official website announced that Guardians of Order was out of business. In response, on August 1, Mark C.MacKinnon posted confirmation that Guardians of Order ceased operations. According to MacKinnon, the company had too much debt. MacKinnon is attempting to place Guardians of Order's games with other companies, and promised that existing orders would be filled. On September 9, 2006, Arthur's Games, whose titles are published by White Wolf Publishing, announced that it has acquired the Big Eyes, Small Mouth RPG. The announcement stated the company was extremely confident that a release date of January 2007 would be met and confirmed that those who pre-ordered and prepaid for the book would be in good hands, though it was also said that they have not taken on Guardians of Order's liabilities. On March 7, 2007, George R.R. Martin wrote that he had regained control of his intellectual property rights and was all square with Guardians of Order. As part of their settlement, Mr. Martin received all remaining stock of the limited edition version of the RPG. No further information regarding the settlement was revealed, nor the status of other creditors' claims on the property. History. Guardians of Order was founded by Mark C.MacKinnon in 1996. In 1998, Guardians of Order hired David Pulver. In 1999, Jeff McIntosh Washard. 2000 brought Liz Fulder and Lucien Solban. By 2005, Guardians of Order downsized to just Mark C.MacKinnon. In early 2006, the company ran out of capital, and closed their doors on August 1, 2006. The third edition of BESM is acquired by Arthur's Games on September 9, 2006. Products. Original properties: Big Eyes, Small Mouth. Guardians of Order's original game had 4 revisions before the company went out of business, with the third edition being in development and published by another company. Core rules: Big Eyes, Small Mouth. 94 black and white pages. Big Eyes, Small Mouth 2nd edition 280 full-color pages BESM D20 similar to the original BESM. This replaced the Tri-Stat rules with D20 system rules. BESM D20 Revised Edition expansions Big Robots, Cool Starships, rules for science fiction anime-inspired games, especially those featuring mecha. BESM Game Masters Screen Cute and Fuzzy Cockfighting Seizure Monsters, rules for pet monster battling style games. Inspired by cartoons like Pokémon. Also published as Cute and Fuzzy Seizure Monsters due to censorship concerns. Hot Rods and Gun Bunnies, rules for modern-day action-adventure anime-inspired games. Centauri Knights, science fiction setting Big Ears, Small Mouse system for playing small cartoon animals such as rescuers, capital critters, etc. Mecha D20 also usable as an expansion for Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition, D20 Modern and other D20 system games. BESM Dungeon, additions to BESM for running more fantasy-oriented anime-inspired games. Cold Hands, Dark Hearts, rules for playing supernatural monsters in a gothic horror setting. Silver Age Sentinels, superhero role-playing game. Based on modified BESM rules using 10-sided dice instead of 6-sided dice. Tri-Stat DX, a small generic role-playing system based on BESM. Ex Machina, cyberpunk role-playing game using the Tri-Stat rules. Dreaming Cities, urban fantasy role-playing game. Reality Storm, licensed product. Guardians of Order licensed the rights to a variety of titles to convert them into role-playing games. The majority were based on Big Eyes, Small Mouth and licensed from anime series. The books also served as resource guides, summarizing the episodes in the series and the characters. Standalone RPGs Sailor Moon RPG and Resource Book. Dominion Tank Police RPG and Resource Book. Demon City Shinjuku RPG and Resource Book. Tenchi Muyo RPG and Resource Book. El Hazard RPG and Resource Book. Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai RPG and Resource Book, based on a live-action movie. A Game of Thrones, uses the D20 system based on the A Song of Ice and Fire novels, published in conjunction with Sword and Sorcery Studios. The Authority RPG and Resource Book, based on a comic book, uses Silver Age Sentinels as a base. Amber Diceless role-playing game. This would have been the second published RPG based on the Chronicles of Amber novels. However, while the rights were acquired in 2004, a new version was never published. Nobilis, original role-playing game in which players portray abstract concepts or classes of things like time. Originally published by Pharos Press, then Hogshead Press. Teumel, Empire of the Petal Throne, fantasy role-playing based on the novels of M.A.R. Barker. This would be the fourth published RPG based on Teumel. Resource books requiring BESM Helsing Ultimate Fan Guides. Number 1. Number 2. Not a self-contained RPG, relied on BESM. Number 1 covered episodes 1 to 6, while number 2 covered 7 to 13. BESM Helsing D20. Reprinted fan guides as a single hardbound book. BESM Trigun D20. Hardbound book covered all 26 episodes of the TV series. The Slayers D20 role-playing game, based on the BESM D20 rules instead of the original BESM Tri-Stat rules, only covered the first 26 episodes. The remaining episodes were covered in later resource books. BESM, The Slayers. Next, BESM, The Slayers. Try. BESM, Revolutionary Girl Utena. The Rose Collection, covers episodes 1 through 13.